It was around 9:15 on a Friday night.
My wife and my two children, two boys aged 6 and 4, were in the living room watching a movie.
All of a sudden I heard car horns honking, commotion on the streets. So I went to the door to see what was going on, and there was a man jumping up and down, waving his arms.
My wife jumped up.
I started screaming.
So I turned and noticed that my wife's car was completely engulfed in flames.
It exploded. It then got the fence. The tree was on fire.
I ran back in the house and I took my wife and children out the back door to our neighbor's house.
Everyone got out safely. Patrick and Tiffany credit that to the young man driving by who saw the initial flames.
That kid ran at my house to get me and my wife and kids out. That kid's an absolute hero. I will be grateful to him forever.
The young man also saw something concerning.
He was leaving work and he noticed that there was a man-made fire. He described it as an incendiary device physically under my wife's gas tank.
I think in my head at that point I was like, this is the arsonist.
The arsonist? West Ghent residents fear someone is purposely setting fires in their neighborhood. In the past 16 months, there have been 5 suspicious fires on or near the corner of Redgate and Claremont Avenue. The first was Anna Swartley's car on February 10th of 2020.
And I was awoken to the sound of my tire exploding. There was a can of citronella under the car and a tiki torch from the backyard.
Under the car?
Under the car.
2 months later, another fire. This time, it was Swartley's home.
I felt the explosion. I felt the entire house shake. Grabbed my son out of my bed just as the flames were coming through the window, about to touch him.
5 people were inside. Everyone got out safely. A month later, the now empty building caught fire again. This time, the landlord says they caught the arsonist in the act.
We had video footage of the perpetrator going up. He was dressed in a hoodie and mask, and he had what looked like a 2-liter bottle of probably some accelerant. But I do feel the neighborhood is absolutely targeted.
For a while, things seemed to simmer down until June 2nd of this year. That's when another car caught fire on Redgate Avenue. The next and last fire takes us back to the beginning of our story, when the McGee's cars and home were torched on June 11th.
I mean, everyone's really scared.
The fire marshal's office said the fires were under investigation and they are working aggressively to find answers.
Let the community come together and help solve this crime before someone dies.
And I understand this is challenging. A lot of the evidence probably burned. That said, if there's a person that's lighting buildings on fire and there's women and children in there, I can't imagine something that we should prioritize higher.
For now, the McGee's are packing up what's left of their belongings, alerting their neighbors to the possible danger, working to find answers, and possibly justice.